Yeah, hi there, Adriana. This is Michael from the 7-Step System to pass the TOEFL IBT. Now, you just asked me here, you said I'd like to help by checking some writing essays. If you have time, I'd like to have comments specific for my essays. Once I received your feedback in this way, and it's helpful, I'll do this. Now remember, anybody watching this, Adriana is a student of mine. She has been a student for several months. She's very motivated, and she pretty soon will be getting over 100 or 105 on the TOEFL, and she's going to do very well in the writing. So because you're one of my students, I will do this. I can't do it all the time because it makes me very busy, and I have almost 200 subscribers, but I am going to take the time right now to take a look at this particular essay in detail. Now, obviously, I always score your essays, but I'm going to try to give you a little bit more personal instruction. All right, so your question is, do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Okay, hold on for just a second. Yeah, come on in. Go ahead and sit down there. Okay, so first of all, in your paragraph, you say, as a matter of fact, I'm able to offer a couple reasons and examples in order to support my opinion. Okay, so first of all, it's a little confusing. In your first two paragraphs, I'm not exactly sure what the thesis is. You say a couple of reasons, but then you get into the next paragraph and you say, I will start by saying that even if some people contradict me by telling me that childhood is not the happiest time, I still believe that it is the best time of our lives because a child, we're not concerned about important things, and also due to the opportunity to receive a form of help that the people surrounded. So you're not going in the right direction here. You don't have a good specific thesis that's going to lead your body paragraphs, I think, in the right direction that you want. And it's difficult to create topic sentences in those body paragraphs because you don't really have any kind of a thesis there. So I think your first two paragraphs, it's putting your essay over a cliff. If you take the TOEFL IBT, I think from the very first two paragraphs, you're not going to do very well. Okay, so let's take a look at your third paragraph. You say, first of all, during childhood, we do not have real problems or warns. I would say warning. And then you give an example here. You say, as long as I was a child, I was just concerned about the number of my toys or how many hours per day I can enjoy playing with my friends. You say, however, all those problems were not so serious, and only later I could realize how happy I was. So as a matter of fact, during my childhood, I could enjoy freedom, relaxation, and so on. So you kind of have, I think here, you have a topic sentence, but it's a difficult one to try to develop. You say you don't have real problems or warnings. I mean, how do you really develop that? It's kind of unclear what you're trying to say. Your next paragraph, you say here, second of all, I consider childhood the happiest time of my life because I had the opportunity to grow up in the helpful and loving environment of my family. Now that, I think, is definitely a key point that you can organize, I think, your paragraph around. So you say, as a child, I was blessed having my mother with me always, my father and my sister. And also they helped me when I started walking or speaking. I could have their support and their encouragement to pursue my dream. As a result, as a child, I enjoyed being blessed. Okay, so the only thing there is you need some specific example. Maybe you went to Disneyland or Disney World, or you might went on a vacation somewhere. And during that vacation, you remember liking being around your family, right? So I think with this essay, your introduction, to be honest with you, is a disaster. It doesn't really do anything to frame or focus the essay. And a lot of the examples you're using in those body paragraphs aren't very telling. They're not very specific, so it doesn't create really a lot of depth to the writing. Also, you have a few minor problems with word choice and grammar and some of those things, but that really isn't the biggest issue you have to worry about right now. I think what you want to worry about right now is your organization. All right, so what do? Do you give up? Of course not. No, go over to my website. I have a good lesson. It's called How to Make Your Writing More Coherent. Go to that lesson. I forgot what the number it is, but under my writing step, look at the lesson that talks about how to make your writing more coherent. And also go to my writing, I think it's either lesson number 1 or 2, but you need help on how to create a more sharply focused thesis statement. I also have a lesson that will deal specifically with that issue you're having right now. And you can do better than this, obviously. You will do better than this. There's no question about that. So with some organizational changes in how you approach the writing, and by adding maybe more telling examples to help support your generalizations, I think you could score higher than what you're getting right now. So what would you score right now? Looking at the rubric of how you're evaluated when you take the test, you're probably looking right now at about 3.0 out of 5 or about 20 points out of 30 on this particular writing practice test. But anyway, thank you for submitting it, and hope I've given you some good ideas on how you can be better. All right, bye-bye.